What's up, everyone? We are back for another episode of TMP, and today I have a very special guest out from Las Vegas. He's larger than life, bigger than the screen. People think he's photoshopped. Mr. Craig Golias. What's up, my brother? How you doing?
What's up, my brother? Everything's good. How about you?
Everything is awesome over here. I can't complain. I was just talking about you with my producer here, and I showed him a couple of pictures because he didn't know who Craig Golias was. And then he's like, yo, those pictures are photoshopped. I was like, no, he's not photoshopped. You know, a lot of people probably think that some of the pictures are photoshopped because you are not only the biggest guy that I've ever seen, you are probably also the person with the perfect way of out-angling yourself when it comes to taking pictures. So you know what to do to make yourself look even bigger than how much do you weigh right now? 350, 360?
Well, right now, I'm pretty sure we're going to start talking about this in a little bit, but I'm going through my first injury of all. I've been working out since 2003, and I finally just had my first injury ever, and it's a very weird injury. It's not a tear. It's not a sprain. It's nerve damage. I got it from shrugging 9 months ago.
Nerve damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in my right arm. So my right arm is like an inch smaller than usual. I can't really flex my tries hard. I can't train as hard. It's really weird. It's a very weird injury. Like my right arm is always numb when I'm training. So it's a really awkward injury. But right now I'm in the 340s. But what's crazy about that is, I'm not taking that much shit and I'm not training hard at all. And I'm eating 4 meals a day. So my body's just saying, Craig, we want you to stay big. You know what I mean? Because usually I would probably shrink. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or what it is, but yeah, I'm actually in shock. My weight is staying where it is right now on such little supplementation and the way I train right now. I don't really lift heavy. When I bench, I don't go past 2.25.
Okay. So what do you do?
It's just going to take time.
What do you do for the injury? Are you doing any rehab or?
Peptides, and I see a chiropractor and physical therapist twice a week. That's all I can do. And I do exercises at home.
Okay. So what?
The nerves are dead on my arm. I just got to wake them up. They got to come back. They could come back alive. They're dead, but they told me they could come back alive. We just got to wake them up.
So, but what's the reason for this to happen? Is there anything that you did wrong, or is it just?
Yes, I was shrugging like 4 or 5 plates, and when I went up, I pulled something in my back, and the nerves connected to something in my right arm.
Okay. Did you feel it right away, or that this came later?
I felt something. I felt like a pinch, but I ignored it a couple of times, and it's got worse and worse as I was ignoring it. Being a meathead.
You know what's funny? Because I'm looking at you right now in the camera, and what stood out to me when I'm looking at pictures, I've been following your pictures. I remember this one picture that went viral. That's a picture for you sitting, I don't know, was it a subway or a bus or whatever? You're sitting in the back somewhere, and you got this little Asian sitting next to you, and since then, I've been paying close attention, so I know who you are, but I don't really know Craig. I know about you. I know that you one big son of a bitch, but I don't know really what your history is, and that's why I thought it was very interesting for me to come talk to you, because you obviously have a lot of fans, and you are one of the true freaky mass monsters, but what I want to know is, Craig, what was Craig as a kid when you growing up? You said you grew up in Ohio?
Yeah, Cleveland, yeah.
Yeah, so why did a guy like you not end up playing football?
Because that's actually a very good question, because in high school and junior high, I was the skinny, long-haired metalhead that was in metal bands. Okay. I wasn't in sports. I was in bands. I was in 10th grade, I was opening up for national acts. I got really early into music. And, I did guitar, I did bass, I did vocals, I've done everything, drums. And that was my life. In 2000, while you're doing the Olympia, I'm sitting there with long hair jamming. But in 2005, I was in a band and we almost got signed. And I was like, this is going to be my life. I'm going to be on tour. I'm going to be doing the music. And what happened was it fell apart. The guitarist decided he just wanted to stay home and, work with his dad and make real money, because there's no money in that shit, especially metal music. For all my people watching that like metal, they know there's not a lot of money in metal music. And the drummer he couldn't even afford gas money to get to practice. And that's Cleveland for you. So, it fell apart. And then I posted some pictures in a Bally's locker room, 100% natural, shredded 225, and Ed Connors and Herb Gelb found him on MySpace.
Oh, Irvin. Yes, I remember Irvin.
Herb Gelb is a big reason why I am what I am today, man. And he doesn't even know it. I wish I could tell him, he would have no idea. But Herb Gelb, he kept on trying to talk to me on MySpace. Look, I shot Ronnie Coleman. Look, I shot Triple H. And I'm like, dude, why are you talking to me? I'm a nobody. Like, leave me alone. I don't know who like, I'm just some dude from Cleveland working out, whatever. Like, he wants to shoot me. I'm like, no. So after the third time ignoring him, I finally gave him a shot, and, he gave me Ed Connor's number, and he's like, I want you to come to Cali. We're going to put you on the cover of this magazine called Reps. And, I talked to Ed, and Ed brought me out 2006, January. I think I was like 21 or 22. And I came out there, and I was like, okay, I want to do bodybuilding, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to diet. I didn't know how to take supplements. All I thought to get bigger was to eat more. So I'm eating, and I'm just getting fat, bro. Because I'm natty. I'm natural. Yeah. So
that was 2002. You said 2002?
No. I graduated high school in 2002. This is 2006.
2006. So you started lifting weights in 2006?
No, I started lifting weights in 2003.
Okay, 2003. Okay.
So 2006, I went to Cali, in Palm Springs.
Got you. So did you fly over to California to Ed Connors? Did he put you up in his house? He put you up in his house?
I remember I think back then I had like 15,000 put away. And I took 2 with me, and I said, if I go through this, I'm coming back home, because I don't know what to expect. And I never went through it, bro. I worked at Gold's Gym. I meal stripped on Friday and Saturday nights. That's kind of a funny one. 4 girls.
When you worked at Gold's, what time frame was that? Do you remember?
Yeah, 2006.
Okay, 2006. I was already gone. Yeah, because I remember I was training at Gold's for up to 2004 for the Olympics. In 2006, I think.
In Palm Springs?
No, Gold's in Venice. Oh, you were.
Okay, this is Palm Springs Gold's.
Oh, okay, so different. That's why different Gold's. So you're working at Gold's, and then you obviously 6'3". I mean, being tall, usually it's much harder for taller guys to fill out that frame.
Yes.
So I don't know why this does not apply to you, because you look like you filled your frame out and then some. So how long did it take for you to realize, after you started lifting weights, I said, hey, man, maybe I can take this further. Maybe, who convinced you to start competing? Was it Ed Connors and Irvin Gelb?
No. Ed Connors was actually mad at me that I went the bodybuilding mass monster route. He wanted me to be like the Greg Plitt look fitness, because that's what I looked like when he saw my pictures. I was like more of a fitness guy.
Oh, okay.
No beard. I had no beard. I had long black hair, like, kind of, just like more of a look, And, he didn't want me to go the mass monster. I had never really tried to. It just kind of happened, bro. I pretty much jumped on my first cycle when I moved to Palm Springs, and I blew up 40 pounds. I got to like 290 my first time ever. And I was walking around, and everyone's like, dude, what shows are you doing? Like, are you a pro, or like what? I'm like, I've never competed. This just happened, Mm-hmm. And then everyone's like, dude, you need to compete. Like, you're walking around, like you got big ass arms, you got chest, traps, like you got legs, like compete, So I was like, okay. So I decided to do a show. It was like the Cal or something in 2007. I did that show. I actually won my class. And even with, I had really bad gyno too. That was funny. I got a lot of shit for that, but I took care of it the next year. But I won my first class. I won my class, and I was hooked after that. I'm like, this is what I want to do. And then, I started competing more, and, I never really took it super serious. I never got a coach or did it. I started cardio like 4 weeks out. Like, mm-hmm. I just never really did it, really took it 100%. I love doing it.
Why not? Why didn't you take it serious?
Young, stupid, didn't really know a lot of people, didn't know a lot about it back then. There wasn't a lot, you couldn't really go on the internet or nothing, right. And like Google this stuff. I kind of just learned. I had a friend, Robert Hatch, his name was, he kind of helped me a little bit with stuff. He was competing USAs and getting third and stuff. So he kind of helped me with some stuff.
Yeah, well, it wasn't easy back then in the early and mid 2000s. It's not like, because a lot of people think, you can just, once you're there, you can just ask the pros or you ask the good amateurs. It's not like you can just walk up to someone and they'll give you all the information that they know. It's not that easy. I remember.
Yeah.
So okay, so you started competing in 2006 or 7. And then when did you stop? Because you didn't really compete that long.
I competed in 2007, 2008, 2009, and 2010. I did 2 shows every year.
Okay.
And I got like first or second, but they were like smaller shows, nothing crazy. I got my ass whooped at the USAs twice. 2009, I did the USAs. I was shredded. I got down to 3.8%, which is crazy. But I wasn't big enough, man. I was 240, 244 on stage. It's my height. That's nothing.
Yeah.
And then the next year, I asked the judges, what do I need to work on? They said, you need to get way bigger. So I got bigger. I was 270 something on stage, but bloated.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I was done. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I just like being big in the off season, and it's a lot easier. I could do whatever. I could eat what I want. And
what was your off season weight? What was your off season weight back then?
Back then, I asked Jay Cutler. He's a friend of mine, and I said, Jay, at my height, how big do I need to be in the off season? And, he's like, well, Paul Dillette was about your height. A couple of those guys, they were usually around 320 to 330. So I was like, okay, so I actually hit 330, and dude, I got.
And you still ended up at 240 or 270?
No. This was after I was done competing, actually.
That's why I'm asking you specifically, what was your off-season weight back then when you competed?
Back then? Oh, yeah. 280 to 300.
Okay, so think about it. Now you walk around, when everything is okay, you walk around
360.
at 360.
So, and I had that with visible abs.
I was going to get to that. Yeah, and you're not fat at all. So, why not just say, listen, you know what? Because you must be without a doubt the biggest bodybuilder that I've ever seen. And I know Rami. But Rami doesn't look like you size-wise, because you stand out not only because you are 360 pounds, but you're 6'3". You stand out wherever you go. So, and why not? How old are you now?
37.
So you're not that old. You don't feel like giving it another shot?
No, man. I kind of lost interest in like the competing thing. Like I'm the type of guy right now where I like videos. Like if I watch motivation, like I'm looking at more like off-season bodybuilders. I just like that massive look. Obviously leaner and tighter, but as far as jumping on stage, man, I kind of lost interest in a long time ago. I did one more show in 2013 because I started a supplement company. I had a good investor. They were like, we like your look. You're big, you're young, and they put a lot of money behind me. And we had a booth at Olympia and everything. We were doing bodybuilding.com was interested. Good things were happening. My pre-workout was in a lot of stores locally, some in Cali. And, so I decided I needed to get in shape for photos, so I kept on fucking up with the cardio and shit. So I just said, okay, I'll do a show. And it was the LA 2013. I went against Breon for the overall. That was funny. And Breon and Matt Porter.
Matt Porter.
And that was super heavy.
Yeah, Matt Porter.
So that was kind of a cool way to go out.
Isn't Matt Porter the one that just died not too long ago? Rest in peace? Yeah, Matt Porter. Okay. So you gave up 10, 11 years ago, you gave up a competition. So now what keeps you motivated to just stay in so big? And obviously, you still got to, use a few things, in order to stay there or get back to 360. What's the motivation behind it? Why aren't you saying, listen, this is just a sport that's going to cost me. I'm not getting any money out of it. Why not just do something else with that body to make even more money?
Joe Weider's Olympia here in Orlando, Florida. A little bit strange coming out of Las Vegas for all of those years.
Good evening, and welcome to the event that nearly never happened.
There's been an absence of a particular group of people on this stage that are back tonight. Tonight I'm here to say, welcome back to Miss Olympia.
I'm doing pretty good, brother. I'm making money right now, more money than I ever have the last couple of years, just being big. I got the online coaching that's doing really good. I got a little clothing thing I'm doing. I have a few sponsors. You're with my sponsor, Enhanced.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they take pretty good care of me. So I mean, everything's pretty good. I want to do YouTube soon. I'm getting ready to start that. So I'm actually pretty good right now, bro. You know what I mean?
I believe you're doing great for what you're doing right now, but I see there's a market for you to where you could quadruple that in no time. You know, you ever thought about being a bodyguard?
Oh, I did bodyguarding. That's what I did. I did bodyguarding and club hosting. I actually bumped into you one night when I was working at XS a long time ago.
I remember you asked me to take a picture. I said no. What was that?
Enjoy your morning later.
You have Alexa?
That was scary.
You have an Alexa in your room?
We didn't say the name.
Well, maybe you said XS. Maybe she was confused.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, yeah, I remember you came over to ask for a picture, and I knew who you were, and I knew what you do. And I was like, nah, there's no way I'm going to be online now looking tiny next to this dude because he wants to stand in front of me. I remember that.
You know what's funny is I had no desire to try to out-angle you or nothing. I've just been following your career forever, and you're one of the true mass monsters back in the day, man. Yeah. There was like you, Dillette, Marcus Rule, Coleman, like the true mass, you know,
Jay,
the true mass monsters. There wasn't a lot of them.
Yeah, it's true.
It really wasn't.
It's true. There wasn't a lot of them, but there was a few. Yeah, and I never tried to be a mass monster. That wasn't my intention at all when I started training or when I was, when I turned pro. My goal was, to be the best out there. So, and when I turned pro in '98. And Ronnie was Mr. Olympia, so who am I chasing right now? I'm not chasing Dexter Jackson, who was behind me, so I'm going after Ronnie. So I tried to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and bigger is not always better, and I ended up going away from my strength, which was basically my symmetry and my condition. But you know yourself. But
you always had the symmetry too, man. That waist with those lats, that shot of you on the beach with your lats out is like iconic.
I know, but there's a difference being 300 pounds or 310 pounds being 5'8" or 5'8.5" or 6'3". You can't keep your symmetry. It's not possible. So and therefore,
your biggest. I believe I read your biggest you ever got was 305, right?
308 was
308
exactly.
Yes. And at 5'8", that's unhuman.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, I didn't realize it until I lost the weight again after I retired. You don't realize how restricted you are when you're that big. People don't know, and you don't grow you don't go from 200 to 350 overnight. So you go gradually increase. So you get used to it. Everything is still the same, for you. But lose 150 pounds and see how far back you can scratch your back or how far you can wash your ass again. Things that you can't do when you're 300 and something pounds. It's just harder, So I realized that when I lost the weight and you know what? For me, that's why I'm trying to get into your head. For me, I wouldn't see any reason for me trying to stay big, which I could. I could easily stay big, and
you're still big, bro. You're so big. Even next to Rami, I'm like, what?
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's just in your head, brother.
No. It's it's a difference of 308 or 240. That's a huge difference. But I know that if I for whatever reason would say, listen, I want to go back to 280, I could do that in a month.
Yeah.
But I don't want to because it's not necessary. And you got to think, I'm a little older. I'll be 55 end of this month. So for that reason, what do I have to prove? I'm trying to stay healthy as long as possible. So do you worry at all about any? And I'm not talking about gear and stuff. I'm talking about being so big.
Yes.
That obviously comes with a lot of stress on your heart. And
yes.
Do you worry at all?
Yeah, I do worry. I recently thought I was going down, man. I'm not going to lie, but I started having heart problems. I thought I had a heart attack in a restaurant one day. I had to run out of the restaurant. I got on my knees. I thought that's where I was going to die. But it turns out I went to the ER twice. It turns out it's just I'm having panic attacks, man, due to my injury. It's fucking with my head. Can I say the F word? I'm sorry, I don't know.
No, yes, you can. We on a podcast. Well, we're not.
Okay, it was messing with my head, bro, and I just really miss taking more supplements and going to the gym and fucking benching 5 plates and walking out bruised and sore and like, yes, I killed this workout. I miss that, man. I'm not doing that right now. It's been 9 months, bro. So I've had anxiety and depression over it. I should be grateful for how I look right now. Like I said, in the 340s, 4 meals, very little gear. Like I should be grateful, but man, I still want to like, I'm supposed to be training with you and Rami in July for we're supposed to be doing YouTube. And Hans told me, I'm like, I want to be nuts. You know, I want to be like, fuck.
Don't worry. Listen, don't worry. You don't even have to out angle me to make me look small. So don't worry, man. Don't worry.
Dude, I don't out angle anymore. I don't out angle. My right arm is my out angling arm, and my triceps like a lot smaller. Yeah. So I don't even do that anymore. When I get pictures. When people want pictures of me, like in the gym or something, or if I'm out and about and they get recognized, I like, can we do a selfie?
Yeah. So do you?
Yeah, I'm not even lying, bro. So yesterday at the gym, this kid wants a picture. I'm like, can we do a selfie?
Yeah. So what's your goal now? You're 38 years old. You don't want to compete no more. 37. I'm sorry. So you don't want to compete anymore. So you just want to be big for social media. That's it.
Yeah, I just want to be big because I love being big. My plan is, this is what I'm thinking, you know, I haven't really talked about this too much, so this will be like the first spot I talked about it. But,
perfect timing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I haven't like talked about this on Instagram or nothing, but my next plan was when I'm healed, I wanted to do one more crazy, let's get huge bulk. I was thinking like 375 with abs, and then maybe retire from there and just do a shred. And then just keep it there for a while, man. Get no more of this 350, 370 shit, you know? I love being tighter. I like having striated chest. I love having vascular, you know, traps. So, you know, I'd like to get big one more time, you know? Because like I said, bro, it wouldn't be too hard. If I'm chilling right now, barely doing anything at this weight, man, can you imagine if I like upped it and went hard one more time? Yeah. You know, I'd like to document it, show the world, you know, a human can get this big and lean, and then you know, keep the waist small too. That's another thing I think I'm really known for, man. I don't get no gut. You know, I don't get no bloated stomach. I mean, I get bloated from food, but you know, I don't get an extended stomach. So I try to keep the waist as tight as possible. You know, you absolutely freak the world out one more time.
You absolutely, yeah. Your physique is it's unbelievable, and that's why you look like you Photoshop, because you have that small waist. I mean, on a 360 pound dude, 6'3", your waist is what? Not more than 34, 36.
I've never measured it, actually. I have no clue.
I mean, 34 and 36 will sound a lot for some people now. Yeah, if you're 140 pounds, but not if you're 360 and you're 6'3". I mean, 34, it's smaller than my waist right now. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So are you, the question that I have for you is, do you think you are mentally ready to lose weight, to get back to a normal life? Are you mentally?
You mean like go in the 200 range, like the 200s?
Well, whatever your natural body would be.
Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm skinny. I'm really skinny. I mean, all my life I was 150 pounds.
Yeah,
really
you would never go back to 150 pounds because, you know, your body, you trained so many years, that muscle is there, and that muscle ain't going nowhere. I can tell you from first experience that I can't get below 240. I'm doing everything possible to get there with 2 hours of cardio, 3 meals only, 100 grams of protein, and a little bit of carbs. This is the max I can go. I will not go any lower.
That's unbelievable.
So, but you know, just all those years, that muscle's there. That muscle ain't going nowhere. You know, for you, you'll probably lose a lot of weight real quick. I would say if you would stop everything and you still continue training, as long as you train, you don't lose muscle. And as long as
just go natural.
As long as you have enough, protein, for just to maintain. Yeah, if you go natural, let's say this, you'll probably be in the high 80s for many, many, many years until things happen. That could be some health issues where all of a sudden you can't train anymore, you won't be able to eat, or you have an injury where you tear something, and now you're out for a few months, like now. So this is the only things that can happen. You know, I just don't want people. I don't like to see people, risking to get, I mean, there's a lot of people. Look, Rich Piana is an example, and I'm not comparing you to Rich. You know, Rich Piana. I would say he probably overdid a lot of things, And there was so much more he could give to the world because he had a huge fan base. But unfortunately, a lot of things that you do will take its toll, and and sooner or later your body says, this is too much.
Yeah.
So
I actually I had dinner with Rich. We went to a really fancy restaurant here in Vegas. He hit me up and he's like, Craig, can you come grab me from City Athletic? I want to talk to you about something. Let's go to dinner. So I went and grabbed them. Back then I had a Hummer. And I picked him up, him and his girl, and another guy, Aaron Reed. And we went to dinner. And he's like, Craig, I want to do a video with you. I want this shit to go viral like the Michael Hearn video did. I want to call it Monsters Exist. Can you get ready for it? I remember back then, man, he was just another level, man. He was just his YouTube was just nuts. And I told myself I was 350. I'm like, I'm going to do some crazy, I'm going to get nuts for this video. Cause I want people to be like, what the hell? And then what the fucking hell, So, I was going to prepare for it like Olympia, bro. Yeah. I was ready. I was like, I'm going to order my subs. I'm going to start eating more. Let's get serious, And then, dude, 5 days later, he passed away. I'm like, what? And then Dallas, and then my dog. I'm just like, dude, this is fucking crazy, dude. But then I got nervous. I'm like, okay, I'm sitting here. I'm pretty fucking big. And I'm just like, now I'm scared, And then I started having sleep issues. And, oh, dude, it was crazy, man.
It's just because, I've been there. I've done it. And I see what's happening. And I understand that the younger guys, I call it the younger guys because I'm 55. So this younger generation, they just don't. I don't want to say they don't care. They just don't look at the side effects or at the problems that can come from what they do. They just don't. They don't care. Let me put it this way: they just don't care. It's like, you know what? If I have to give up 5-10 years of my life just to be this big, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I wish sometimes. And I always say this, and I say this to people when I do my lives sometimes, when people ask me the questions about, how old do I have to be in order to start, or what should I do? I said, listen, first of all, if you don't make no money from doing what you're doing, this is not only a waste of money, this is also a waste of your health, okay? So
Can I just say amen?
Yeah.
That's the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
I agree, bro.
Yeah,
dude,
and it continues.
That is so amen. Yeah. That is so amen, man. I know people killing themselves and they're doing nothing with it. I'm like, why? Yeah. When people come to me and they're like, dude, your health. I'm like, trust me, it's worth, everything is in place right now. And I feel good as long as I'm okay. I'm getting monitored. Everything's okay. My kidneys can be a little better. I'm working on it,
yeah, but see, that alone would scare me. Because at the end of the day, Craig, listen, you don't have anything to prove anymore, okay? People know you for who you've been walking around at this weight for so many years. People know you. So if you would lose weight and get into a healthy range for your height, which is in the mid 200s, in the high 200s, it's still healthy for you, Do you think you would have less people asking you for diet plans? Do you think you would sell less T-shirts? I don't think so. It just shows.
I agree.
It just shows that you. I don't want to sound wrong. It shows that you are responsible because you are good with people. I've seen you interact with fans. You do the right thing. You know what I mean? So, just show the world that you don't have to be this big for the rest of your life.
Oh, I don't plan on staying this big too much longer. Trust me. You're right. I've been over 300 since late 2009. So, I've been really big for a while. I finally hit the 350 mark in early 2017. Actually, can I tell the story about?
Absolutely.
This is another good story I want to tell you about. Why I wanted to out of nowhere get super big. It's kind of a cool story.
Go ahead.
So 2016, I had no desire to get bigger than 320. That was like my weight I chilled at. I was lean. I was comfortable. I could breathe good. Never had any desire I thought getting bigger than that was ludicrous, So I was at the gym training legs, and I'll never forget it, dude. 2016. And my phone starts blowing up. Craig, what the hell? Generation Iron claimed you're the biggest freak in bodybuilding. I'm like, yeah, right. So I look at this shit, I beat out Piana, I think Rami, Morgan, all these monsters, Martin Ford. I'm like, what the fuck? I lost my mind, bro. Because back then I wasn't, really that known. So like, I was just like, what in the hell? I remember I had to leave the gym, bro. I stopped training. I was so freaked out. My girlfriend at the time was like, let's celebrate. I want to take you to dinner. I said, no, just take me home. Like, this is fucking crazy. So I sat down. I'm like, damn, if they really think they really think I'm that freakier than all these other guys, like, let me actually try. Let's go harder. Cause like, I'm chilling, I'm just a gym rat, like I didn't have the following back then. I wasn't making the money that I do today. So let's go a little harder, So that's when I went towards the 350, 360 route. Let's just get big, And that's the story. So thank you, Generation Iron, for messing with my head. And
no, but you are the biggest freak. I can only vouch for that because people don't understand.
I just thought that was so crazy. Like, dude, I think I was like 32, 33 or something. I was just like, what?
But you see that, when I look at your pictures, you look huge in pictures. So, usually people look better in pictures than they look in real life. I think you look bigger in real life, So what I was thinking all this time when I saw pictures before I saw you, I was like, why is his head so small? I said, I think
angles.
Not only angles, I figured, maybe he does Photoshop his pictures and then just shrinks his head. Because that's what somebody told me. He said, when you want to Photoshop somebody bigger, just shrink his head. And your head, and I'm looking at you right now. You're on camera, live, no Photoshop possible. And your head looks like a little pea head on your body. So it
does?
Yeah. Absolutely, you are that big. So and I keep telling people, I said, no, he is a freak. I said.
Well, so the thing with the little head is there's a way of doing that. So, I have a really big upper chest shelf. So what I do is I put my head behind it this. Yeah. And I put my arm out closer to the camera. And dude, it makes your head look it freaks people out. They're like, dude, why is your head so little? I'm like, I hide it right here because when I'm on point, my chest shelf gets really like you see my pictures. I have videos too. Yeah. You can't Photoshop videos.
No, I
have videos of my chest. You're gonna see it just popping out. So I put my head behind it like this. See, look. Yeah. Like that. And then I put this arm out like that. And I put my head back. And even, like right now, I can see it looks really small,
You should get tips to people on social media how to look good in pictures. What's your, you will know your goal. You just want to be the biggest. So you're going to go for one big run?
I think so, yeah. If I can ever get through this injury, man, I'm 9 months in and there's just a little progress.
Yeah.
It could take a year and a half even, but I do feel progress. My right tricep is a little bigger. The strength has been getting better, but I just gotta sit here and be patient, man. There's nothing I can do. It's just a time thing. Don't nerve damage is serious shit.
Yeah, don't rush it, because you can, by trying to go through.
I'm just chilling.
You can make it even worse.
I'm just chilling, man.
Yeah. So what I wanted to talk to you about is also, man, I can't help but realize you got always these fine ass girls in your pictures, man. Are those stage photos or all these girls? You know all these girls and you hang out with them.
People always ask how I got here. I was willing to work just a little harder than everyone else. Every damn day. If I can have hundreds of hours back, I'm gonna grab them. Spending hours prepping chicken, rice, and vegetables, F that. I rely on perfect nutrition. I rely on trifecta.
So
I don't want to say. I don't want to ask if you bang them. I just want to ask if you hang out with them. So that's not.
Oh, I mean, trust me. If girls are in my stories and stuff, most of the time I am with them. Unless it's like a bunch of them, then
So where do you find them? Because some of them they look like they should be. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful, but some of them look like they're porn stars.
No porn. No. The ones I've talked to or fooled around with, none of them were porn stars. I don't want to do that. But
strippers
and stuff like that.
Strippers.
No. So the story behind that is have a bisexual girlfriend. That's all I can say. Have a bisexual, open-minded.
Oh, so she brings the girls home.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
So you had it made.
Listen. Hear me out, okay? I want you guys to listen to this, okay? So if you're a bisexual girl, okay, You're picky. You want a female to look like a female, okay? You don't want a skinny ass bitch. Like, they're not into that. They can just fuck a guy, okay? So when you're a girl, you want a girl with nice curves, hourglass, booty, boobs, beautiful. Like, that's what girls like. That's bisexual girls. They want a woman, you know? So men, we'll hit anything, especially if we're on trend, you know? Let's be real, you know?
You're on trend?
Over with set, you know? So... if you have a sexy bisexual girl and bisexual women are like, wow, you know, and if your girl's open-minded, like I said, she likes to have some fun. Sometimes I get lucky. Sometimes I don't, you know, it just all depends on how it goes. You know,
it looked like you got lucky many times because, you know, it was
a good summer.
You had a girl as a wingman, man. How much better can you get?
Absolutely. So I was a very lucky guy during the summer for sure.
Yeah. So are you single?
No, I'm seeing somebody.
Well, no, but you're not married.
No, I'm not married. No.
No plans of getting married? You haven't found the right one yet?
I mean, I'll eventually want to get married and possibly have a child, but not right now, man. Maybe like early 40s.
Okay.
Mid 40s.
Well, for guys, it's easier because we can be in our 40s and still make babies, so that's not that big of a problem.
You're married, right?
Yeah, I've been married. I mean, me and my wife been together for 29 years, brother.
I remember seeing the pictures when you and her on the beach. I think after you just won your pro card, right?
No. That was a model. That was an IFBB pro. You talking about the black and white pictures?
Yes.
No, that was my wife. That was Debbie Massey back then. Now it's Debbie Colazzo. She's an IFBB figure pro. Figure fitness, I think fitness. And I remember I won the US Ace in '98, and then I was right at Gold's Gym Venice, and David Paul, David Paul from the Barbarian Brothers.
Absolutely, I'm a fan.
David Paul,
love their videos,
David Paul approached me, and rest in peace, he died too. So David Paul approached me because he wanted to be a photographer. I was his first model for his very first a photo shoot that we did together. And I don't know if you remember this picture, me racing this Viper. There was a picture.
Yes, I know all your pictures.
That's the picture that David Paul took for a company, GEN back then, something GEN Nutrition. And that picture ended up in Florida on all buses, on public buses and everywhere. And that was David Paul's first photo shoot. In '97 we did that. In '98, right after the US Ace, we basically were at Goals and we was talking about doing a photo shoot on the beach. And then he saw Debbie Massey in the back doing a photo shoot. So he asked her, listen, do you want to be in the photo shoot with us next week, tomorrow? And she said, yes. So we went on the beach and did that photo shoot. Yeah, awesome pictures.
Those are... they need more shoots like that, mass and then, pretty girls. Yeah. Like there's nothing cooler looking,
Yeah, I mean.
I call it mass and ass.
Mass and ass.
Yeah.
So how is it working with Enhance, brother?
Awesome story. Once again, damn, we just got good stories all day here. I was with Dragon Pharma. Have you ever heard of them?
Yes, Rami was with them before Enhance.
Yes. I can't get away from Rami, huh? Just joking. No. But Mass Monsters stay together.
Yeah.
But,
so you were with Dragon Pharma before?
Yeah, I was with Dragon Pharma. The CEO hit me up. He's like, I'm a huge fan of yours. I've been following your career forever. What would it take to get you on the team? I'm like, I'm with somebody, but I think they're about to close some small company that was just, paying me a decent little check here and there. And they're like, yeah, what would it take to get you? We worked something out. They signed me. I was excited because their stuff looks pretty cool. It's like, wow, their shit looked legit, And dude, I just felt used with them, man, because they just were all about the posts and, oh, you missed a post, strike one. I'm like, what? So,
oh, really?
I'm like, I can't be doing this shit. This is not what I want. A sponsorship. I want a company to be like, we're just happy to have your name with our brand,
right? So they asked for too much.
They were and giving me too little, man. So I'm just, I don't need your little check, like I'm good, So, we decided to part ways, and then by the lights or the grace of heaven, Dr. Huge calls me and says, Craig, I know you're a Dragon, but what would it take to I really want you on my team, man, And I was like, bro, that's kind of scary. As of yesterday, I'm free. He's like, really? What do you want? I'm like, bro, you're my boy. I've been friends with him for years. I mean, every time we come to Vegas, we go eat, we go to strip clubs, we go film videos. Like, he's always been cool, you know? And he used to kill it in the SARM business. Like, he used to make crazy money, you know? So, you know, he's a legit guy and he knows his shit. So he's a smart guy is what I'm trying to say. So I said, if you could just match what I'm getting, bro, and not like, you know, be on my ass about posts, like, oh, you missed. He's like, done and done. So I've been with him ever since, bro.
Yeah.
And then now we got you and Rami. So that just made things like, holy cow, you know, now that's really good for the company because, you know, you guys are really big names. I'm a big name, but not your guys' status. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if you have the biggest lines at the expos because people want to take a picture with you because that's the comparison that they want, you know, standing next to the guy that's 6'3", 350 pounds must be crazy.
Maybe we'll have that this year, bro.
Yeah.
Me, you, and Rami. They were talking about it.
Oh yeah, no. I know that they're trying to set it up to make sure they have a good booth at the Olympia this year. Yeah, that's been in the works right now. I know that. Okay.
Yeah.
So so I guess then we have you coming out to Arizona sometime July or August. I'm not sure when they have that play because I was told, and we're gonna get some good shots. So please make sure don't hurt yourself before that. Don't try to ignore the injury right now because, you know, at the end of the day, you can only make it worse if you don't do the right thing.
Yeah, I'm just, you have no worries, brother. I'm just chilling. I don't train heavy. I'm on low subs. Like I said, I'm just being patient until one day I wake up and my arm is like completely functioned again.
Yeah. So
you know, I still train. I go hard on legs, you know, kind of hard on back, but everything else is a little harder. But, you know, I'm just grateful I can still go to the gym, you know, and train. I just can't go as hard on certain body parts because of my arm.
Yeah. So I remember you mentioned that you do a lot of online training. So what do you do? What do you offer? How can people reach you for your service?
Instagram. Just send me a DM. I'm posting daily about my, you know, clients and my transformations. I post everything on my stories. Yeah, if you guys are interested, just send me a DM. You know, and I'll get. So
what do you do? One-on-one? Is that like? It's not, you know. Do you work with each individual? Do you have contact with them? Phone contact?
Yes. I talk to my clients every day, bro. I take it very serious.
Okay.
Take it very serious.
So for a client to want your service, let's say I contact you through the DM, you will reply. We'll set up a deal, and then. What do you do? You talk to the guys every week, once a month?
Every day.
You talk to the same people every day?
Every day.
How do you do that?
That's what I do, good man. I take it serious, man. I didn't know how to do, you know, because this is all I do. So, you know, what I'll do is I'll go through every client at, you know, anywhere between 6 and 8 p.m., give or take, sometimes earlier or later. I just go through every client, just talk like every day. And then if they have quick questions, like, if they can't wait 24 hours, I just say, hit me up on Instagram. You know, if it's something quick like, oh, can I switch out the chicken for this? Like, whatever. If you can't wait 24 hours, just ask me on Instagram, you know.
So how do you talk to them? Over the phone?
No, email.
Oh, it's email. Okay, so you have contact per email. So daily, I mean, if I tell you today, this is what you eat this week, what am I talking to you about tomorrow, the next day?
I get what you're saying. So, if they just have questions, you know, because you know how it is. We do pictures every 7 days to make sure they're on track.
Right.
So if they have a question like 2 days later, you know, I will get right to it. You know, but I have a lot of clients, so I just go through everything every day, like a list.
Got you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
So it's all through email. Like, you know, so there's no FaceTime or WhatsApp camera phones?
No FaceTime, no.
Okay, so it's all email.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people want phone calls, and I'm like, okay, I could do a phone call for the same price as the coaching, but there's no coaching. We're just going to talk on the phone, and that's it. You know, I do that too. So I did that. Actually, I did that yesterday.
Don't you have people, though, that they want to talk to you and make sure that they're talking to you and not to some...
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
So what do you do then?
You're like, how do I know this is really Craig? I'm like, I mean, if you want proof, I can send you proof. It's a little weird, but no, I mean, I get a lot of skeptical people. I don't think I'm at that
proof. Holding a pen as I'm going to write your name on the piece of paper.
Yeah, I really do, bro. I'm not lying. I don't feel like I'm at that level yet. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I mean, I'm just like, I don't have 10 million followers. So, but yeah, no, I mean, if I have to send a voice note or a quick video hitting a peak check, like what, I've had to do it. So
because I do that too, and I get that all the time, especially from people out of the country. You know, when you know the first contact is always through email, and then Some people they just want to make sure that, this is Dennis James I'm talking to, or is this somebody that works for him, So
absolutely. And I will show proof if they need it for sure. I don't say, oh, well.
Yeah, I usually, when someone is on the team, when the money clears in the account, then he gets a WhatsApp number where they can reach me on message, and and every now and then I'll do a WhatsApp FaceTime call for them to see that they're talking to me, because I think this is very important for the future, because people want to make sure they don't spend the money on someone's assistant or people in the background. It happens all the time. Okay, so they got to reach you through your Instagram, DM you on Instagram.
Yeah.
What about your clothing line? Tell me about your clothing line. What clothes do you have? What's the name of it?
Oh yeah, here's one of my sweaters right here, man. Nothing. It's called Golias Nation, bro. It's just I have a T-shirt that says "Fuck Skinny, Get Huge" on it. Yeah, it does really well. That T-shirt does well.
You got to have stuff like. I know. I mean, if I would look like you, I would. Trust me.
I try to push the hardcore shit. Like the edgy shit, like metal, hardcore. Let's get fucking huge.
Yeah.
I got another jacket that just says "Get Huge" right here. But yeah, man, it's just the links in my bio. I used to do it all myself. For years, for 5 years, I did all the packaging, everything. And now I just have a company do it for me. Right. So it's a little different.
Yeah.
I just do it just to have it.
I also realized that you don't have any tattoos at all.
Not one.
Not one tattoo. If I'm not mistaken, you don't drink. You don't
never had a drink in my life.
You don't do recreational drugs.
Never. I've never even tried it.
Because this is what I think is so fascinating. Because when I look at your pictures, that you go to clubs, you like to hang out in clubs, you got the girls around you, and people instantly think, there got to be some alcohol, there got to be alcohol and drugs involved. You totally against that stuff?
I'm not against it. I mean, I've dated girls that done it. I have friends that do drugs. Like, I just don't want it.
Right.
I will hang out with you if you do it. You can be my boy. Okay. You can be my girl. So, I dated a girl that liked Molly here and there, and all it did is got me more.
It's got you more pussy.
Yeah, you said it. So I'm not really mad, Like, she gets on Molly, she invites a couple of girls over there doing it, and all of a sudden, oh, look, there's a big guy with that, with a set, so yeah, I'm not mad at it.
I feel you.
Easier.
I feel you.
I'm not trying to say, like, I'm not trying to reel him in a wrong way, but, hey, what do you want me to do? I'm a man,
Yeah. Well, at least, I think that's very smart of you, because you already do certain things that not the best for for a certain type of body, but to add recreational drugs and alcohol, it's like a ticking time bomb. It's just a matter of time. That's probably why we lost Rich Piana. You know what I mean? So listen, it was unbelievable. I mean, I'm glad I got the chance to talk to you today, because now I know the real Craig Golias. The people know who you are, and I can't wait for you to make it to Arizona. Next time you're here, because I heard you were here before. Next time you're here, and then you're in my home gym, at least give a brother a shout out so I know that you're in town, and we can take care of you like we're supposed to.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I actually, if I go back, I might go back in a couple of weeks. I have a girl out there, so if I do. Let's get a workout in some club.
Absolutely.
I want to hear more about you. We talked all about Craig Golias.
Yeah.
I want to hear more about your past too, like with competing.
Next time you here, we can bring you back on in the studio live, and we'll do a talk. I'll let you ask me the questions. No problem at all.
Okay, perfect. Love that.
Right. So again, thanks, man. I appreciate you getting up for me today, and I'm looking forward to welcome you to Arizona next time you make it here. All right, brother?
Thank you, brother. Really appreciate everything.
Me too, man. Take care, be safe, and God bless.
You too, brother.
Peace out.